Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and we're back here today for chapter 7 of the Venthyr Covenant campaign. We're here with the accuser just below the lift near the Prince's Tower, quite close to Castle Nathria. Black Bale Betrayers. When the prince made his final stand at Darkwall Tower, he called for aid from the many noble houses here in the Chalice district. None came. Most simply avoided the conflict, out of self-preservation. A shameful, but understandable choice. However, one house took action. Lord Blackbale replied with cruel mockery and sent his stoneboard to aid the master's armies instead. Oh dear, traitor in our midst. Well, actually he wasn't a traitor, was he? He stood by his master and went against the prince, because the prince was actually officially the traitor, wasn't he, going against the established power. So opposite sides, whoever wins rewrites history, so to us they're a traitor, but to him, we were the traitors. Prince Renathal has not forgotten that betrayal. Kael'thas seeks vengeance? Let him have some. Start with the Stoneborn. Kill 4 Blackhide Overseers.
Or I will.
See, I said that she'd get upset with Kael'thas. He does tend to try people's patience. So he wants some vengeance, so she's going to get him to do her vengeance for her instead. I bet Kael'thas will come up with some of his own plans as we go. So let's have a little bit of an investigate. I think they want us to go slightly further forward. I think there's a gate. Yeah, there's a gate just over there, isn't there? So I think we probably want to go through there. I guess we're going to have to fight these guys. I don't think they're the ones we actually need. Oh, now we've got all 3 at once. This should be interesting. Hey, my guys came with my brolly at the beginning of the fight. Thank you for my little bird. Ooh, my health's not going well there. Even my meteor on my heads didn't help particularly. Okay. Maybe I should be a little bit more careful with how we fight. Maldraxian weapons. The weapon you find seems unlike those wielded by most Venthyr, yet the marks it bears are unmistakably familiar. It would be wise to seek out more such weapons and bring them to the accuser. Collect 8 Maldraxian weapons. Well, that looks like we've discovered where they're getting their weaponry from then, isn't it? They've got a black market trade with Maldraxi. Probably the faction that we saw that was going against the rulers. Because they can help in the journey too, so that would make sense, wouldn't it? We seem to be getting these enemies in batches of 3 at the moment. And 3 is a little bit much for my little Clothy. Ooh, oh, we got 3rd. Ooh. If that had got us any extra enemies, we would have been in real trouble there. Right, I think we're going to be having to eat quite a lot here. This is a much more dangerous area. So we're probably going to have to take our time a little bit with this quest. Oh, we've got a new quest now from Kael'thas. There's always a paper trail. I noticed that you were surprised to find those strange weapons here. I sense the essence of their power as well. It is strangely familiar. We must discover where the weapons came from and who imbued them with such power. Kael'thas smiles. See, Kael'thas has not been to Maldraxi, has he, as far as we know, so the power that he's sensing can't be from Maldraxi. So we know where the weapons are, and he's got some familiarity with this power that's infused into them. So that is a little bit of an added complication going on here. So it's not just the Maldraxi, something else is going on. If you and I present the proof to the accuser together, Perhaps she shall allow us to hunt down whoever is behind all of this. Quest objectives. Discover proof of who's supplying the Venthyr with the Maldraxian weapons. And this has got Kael'thas intrigued. If he's intrigued by something, that cannot be good for us.
Very well.
Right, so all of these quests are all in the same little area. So I think if we go through this gateway, just here, I think this will lead us to all the things we need. Possibly in that building or behind it.
The might of Maldraxxus.
So I think we need to clear around this area here. Maybe go around the building or maybe go inside the building. So one mob at a time, nice and slow. 2 fire mages together.
Powerful allies.
Well, there's a named mob there. Oh, no, we have to deal with this one first. And again, we seem to be surrounded by lots and lots of blade-wielding women. And they all seem that tall that they kind of try to stab us above our head, which I think is quite funny. But yes, I think we're going to be eating a lot here because we do seem to be taking quite a lot of damage, even using our shield. As it's the shield's eaten through very quickly by these attacks before it can be put back up again. We take a lot of damage. So we'll slowly fight our way through here and see what we can find. Spell wielding ladies. Right, so we're halfway with the Maldraxian weapon one. See, my initial thought was that the quest was going to be inside the building, but looking at the distance on that distance marker, I think it might be behind it, because I don't think the building's that big. So I think we might head through this gap between the building and the wall and go around the building and see what we can find over there. So the named guy here is obviously for some different quest. Unless he's got the order. No, he's not got the order. So he's from some different quest because he had a quest marker, not the ones that we've currently got here. Spell-wielding guy, so the men do seem to be outnumbered by the women in this area. Throughout this entire quest we seem to have more female enemies than male enemies.
I have powerful allies.
I think we're going to complete the Maldraxian weapon quest the first, because we seem to be getting quite a lot of those. And Naki's going to be finding the orders. Are we not finding these overseers either? But from the markers, they've got to be in this same general area. Ah, right, so those are the overseers. So the female stoneborn with the wings are the overseers. I know the named guy's respawned. Oh, that's a bit too soon. We don't have a quest for him. And he is a little bit tough, so let's back out. Oh look, my mirror image sank through the floor. Oh, that's really funny. Very weird interaction, that sinking through the floor. See, I'm still on top of the platform, but my mirror image sank through. And the named guy, look, he's got 1 foot on the floor and 1 foot inside the platform. That's kind of weird. I know it's just game mechanics, but it just looked really odd. Let's back up a little bit, see if we can get a better distance, take a little bit less damage off this guy. And now we don't want to sit down where he's going to respawn again, do we? What are you fighting? Oh, there's a little guy. Aww. Poor little guy. Right, so if we go through this way and then kind of go behind the building and see if that's where the quest things are. And if they're not behind the building, then we'll go inside the building, because inside is usually more dangerous, so if we can stay outside, that'll be better for us. I do think it's probably outside, looking at the map. Looks like there's a walkway along here, and they're probably here. Oh, and more overseers, that's good. Because that's what we need now. All of these enemies have got a lot of health. It takes a while to take them down. Now, do we need to take those guys? Yes, we do, because there's another Stoneborn Overseer over there. Meteor on their head! As you can tell, I really love the meteor. Visually beautiful, and it takes a big chunk of damage off everybody inside the circle. Though the Stoneborn Overseer does seem to have taken a lot less damage off the meteor, and seems to do an awful lot of damage to me. So if you're a clothy, do be careful in this area. If you're a plate wearer, you probably have a lot less difficulty with these quests, and my health is super low now, so we could be in trouble here. Well, at least the Overseer's dealt with. Oh no, another little guy. Didn't need that really. Luckily the shield came back. I think if the shield hadn't have come back at that point, we wouldn't have made that one. Right, that's our 8 weapons done. And we just need one more Overseer to finish that quest, so we just really need to get the orders from the named mob, which I think is probably further along this platform. Unless I've misread the map altogether. So I think if we go along in this direction slowly, that should be the final Overseer that we need for the quest. These guys certainly hit hard. And there's quite a lot of them along here as well. Definitely safest to take them out one at a time. And slowly progress down the area so that you've got more space and you know you're safe. Right, so that's 2 of our 3 quests done. Yeah, definitely in this direction. Actually, if we take the one near the building, we might be able to sneak past and not take out all of the ones along the drop-off edge where the ballistas are. Probably safer to take them all out though, to be honest. But I tend to not do the safe thing, don't I, and be a little bit crazy sometimes. So if I get this completely wrong, you can laugh at me as I die. Meteor! Isn't that gorgeous spell effect? It absolutely looks like it. Unfortunately, the meteor, of course, makes the little yellow guys aggro us, so... Again, maybe not the smartest thing. But it's fun, and games are supposed to be fun. Ah, I think we might have found the location. Yep. Now, there's a great big drudge guy manning the ballista. I bet we're going to have to fight him. I knew it, I knew it. We attack the Lord and he calls the big drudge guy to help him fight. Meteor! Actually, that took the drudge guy out of the stun effect. Oh, do not stand in the big red circles that are chasing you. Ooh. My health went down very quick there. The Lord's gone anyway, so... Can we get out of it? Oh no, he's not going to stop attacking us because...
are in league with a lich. The accuser must allow us
The
to
might
hunt down
of
and destroy it.
Maldraxxus protects
Can we?
me.
Yeah, so... Can we manage to not have to fight that guy? Because his health was absolutely huge, and he does a lot of damage, and my health was very bad. We did it! We managed to sneak away. Now, if you didn't have some way to sneak, I'm not quite sure how that's going to go. I do think he turned yellow again at some point in that, but then he just re-aggroed. I don't know if that was us or Kael'thas, whether we had a ticking damage on him and he should have just gone yellow when the Lord died. I suspect he should have gone yellow again when the Lord died. But the thing to do is to focus the Lord down, and then, even if you do die, you don't have to kill the big guy. I know, just as I'm eating, we're going to get 3 on top of us, and we definitely do not have an invisibility this time, so let's see if we can just sneak away. Oh, there goes my cheat to death. I think we're dead. Let's try and stun them with Dragon Breath, and then we managed to get a couple of them with the Dragon Breath, but there's too many of them. Right, can we manage to take one out and then time walk back? I don't think it's going to work. No, it's not. There were just too many of them and too much damage, but at least we got away without having to fight the big guy, so we'll just find our way back to our corpse and turn in those quests and then see what the accuser wants us to do now. Oh, it wasn't far to run back, that's nice. Right, let's get our health back, get all our buffs back, and then turn in these quests.
Speak.
So we've got 3 to turn in. Black Bale Betrayers. Did any of the Black Bale Venthyr show signs of regret? We had hoped to recruit some to our cause eventually. I don't think you're going to get any recruits from those guys. They seemed pretty loyal to their lord. Maldraxian weapons. What are you carrying? Those do not belong here. No, they're Maldraxian weapons. Look, they're infused with some strange thing. Some strange thing that Kael'thas thinks he understands and recognises. But he's not told me where he thinks he recognises it from yet, which could be a problem. The Black Bale Venthyr are wielding the weapons of the Maldraxi army. That would mean... There's always a paper trail. You found something? We did indeed. We have orders from the Tithe Lord. And this item can be read, so let's have a look what it says, shall we? Lord Blackbale, do not forget your promise or my condition. So promises and conditions. The situation is under control. I have everything under control. I have everyone under control. I trust you've had ample opportunity to test the weapons I sent with my last letter. You then know the power that my arrangement with the Lich makes available to us. Oh dear, Lich. That's where Kael'thas recognises it from then. Oh dear. He's definitely going to want to go after this Lich. If you wish to continue receiving the benefits of my arrangement, you will fall in line behind me. I will send follow-up instructions after my next meeting in Darkhaven. Do nothing until then. Empower the Tithe Lord. So they're going to have a meeting in Darkhaven.
Without atonement.
A Lich? The Tithe Lord is working with a Lich from Maldraxxus? How? To what ends? The accuser composes herself. Do you appreciate how troubling this is, Enedwana? This has never happened. This is not supposed to happen. Prince Renethal will know what to do. Well, are we going back to tell him, maybe?
Serve your purpose. I must inform Prince Renethal of the Maldraxxus threat immediately.
She's going to warn him.
I am placing Kael'thas under your care, Marwalker. Humble him.
Yeah.
We're the only thing
Don't think
standing
that's a good
between
idea.
you and oblivion, Kael'thas.
Then he should be worried
Is it
because
a
I don't
sin
want to
to
stand in his
fight
way
for
of his
survival?
oblivion. Reconnaissance for my recovery. It appears I'm at your mercy once more, Enhidwana. Far be it from me to tell you the best way to absolve my sins, as the accuser insists we do. However, I always know there's a however with Kael'thas. Of course he thinks he knows what's planned. I know what you're going to suggest. You want to go after that Lich guy, don't you? In that note, the Tithe Lord arranged a meeting with his contact in Darkhaven. Do you know where that is? I might do, but I'm not sure this is a good idea. If you do, we could investigate, gather more information and present the information to the accuser and Prince Renathal. I imagine that would be quite useful to them. And a very selfless act of assistance on my part. Do you not agree? No, I don't agree. Spy on the Tithe Lord's meeting with his Maldraxian contact. I don't think it's going to absolve Kael'thas in any way, but I do think it's probably a good idea to get more information. So I guess we're going along with this one. So we need to get to Darkhaven. So
People were massacred. The Sunwell defiled. All to raise a lich in undead. I will incinerate this one with the heat of 1,000 suns.
yes, he's going to be extremely reckless when it comes to any type of lich, isn't he? Right, there's not a very easy to get to close flight path. So we could either try and run the whole way, or we could try and get to a flight path. So I'm going to actually try and go down this other lift, which I think is through in this direction, and just down this hill a tiny bit. Yeah, there it is, look. So if we go down that lift, that puts us into the bottom section where we could run through. This is where I really wish we could fly, because we could just kind of hop off and fly across. But with all the different levels, it could be quite easy to get a bit lost here. So we could maybe head for the flight path straight ahead of us, and then fly to Darkhaven. But that means I've got to actually try and find the path. Right, so we'll see how we navigate here and see if I can actually make that work. There's also quite a lot of mobs in this area, so... The quickest way is, of course, cutting across, but there's a lot of mobs, so... And I got knocked off. I don't really want to fight all of these mobs, I just want to get to the next quest as quick as we can, because this is already going quite long. And if there's a whole new section of quests to do. This is actually probably going to be one of the longest chapters for this Covenant campaign for the Venthyr, I think. Right, so we're quite close to this flight path, so yeah, let's grab the Wayne Crypt flight path and just fly up to Darkhaven. That will cut a little bit of runtime off for us.
Why would anyone walk anywhere? Another satisfied patron.
It's not a long way to fly. It does, however, stop us having to navigate our way back up and down different height levels. And the whole zone is very pretty from the air as well. Right, so I think the meeting is downstairs. Oh, there's the Tithe Lord's coach, look. The Tithe Lord's carriage. Yes, so it's definitely here. So they're inside the crypt here. Yep, definitely this is a spot, look. Now, let's see if we can sneak close enough to be able to hear what's going on. If we open the door, they're going to see us, aren't they?
The death of the Master surely means...
The Master's removal changes nothing. Tell Lady Wixera that I am still in charge, and... my carriage is upstairs. We will finish this discussion on the way.
Run for it! They noticed us, run for it! Now what we're going to do though, because they're going to get in the carriage and then they're going to get away and they'll be able to see us following them. Oh, stow away on the stow away on the carriage, it said. I clicked on the carriage and I'm underneath it! I'm underneath it. Where's Kael'thas then? I'm hanging underneath it.
Now
Where did
that we are
Kael'thas go?
away from itching ears, you can reassure Lady Wixera that our plan remains intact. We may even be able to increase the rates that we are supplying her with anima.
That would please the Archlich greatly.
Of course it would. Inform your lady I am still in charge. Everything will proceed unless she fails to uphold her side.
The Archlich will not allow her failure.
I am pleased that we see eye to eye.
Interesting. So now we know who the Lich is. It's Lady Wixera, and they're supplying her with anima and she's supplying them with the weapons. So Kael'thas is definitely going to want to go after the Lich.
You address the Sun King.
A Lich? So close? Can you feel its presence? I once could. Oh, does that mean you can't feel their presence anymore, Kael'thas? I know where this is going. He's going to want to go after the Lich, but actually it probably fits in with what Prince Renathal would want us to do, so I guess we can see what's going to happen here. We're going to have to fight with Kael'thas one more time and see what we can find. Right, so 2 quests here then. Death's End Destruction. It appears we have discovered a common enemy to pursue. Yeah, we do. Wherever that necromancer ran off to, it's no doubt filled with traitors. Undead armies from another realm, and at least one Lich. It can't be a sin to kill such as these. To demolish the camp of those invaders and betrayers must be a virtue. A virtue I crave. Let us pursue it with haste. Again, I don't think it's a virtue, but at this point in time I think our wishes do coincide, so I guess we'll be fighting with Kael'thas again. Destroy the Maldraxian camp in Death's End. Strategic executions. I confess that I do not comprehend the full array of potential consequences wrought by the Tithe Lord's anima sharing arrangement. But I'm very aware of the dangers posed by a Lich with access to power. I'm also very aware that resolving this situation is important to the accuser, which, given my current situation, makes it important to me. It certainly does, Kael'thas, it certainly does. We should eliminate the muscle behind the anima transfer logistics. Without that, the shipments will halt. Kill the dredger giants in Death's Stand. So take out the infrastructure, take out the bad guys.
I would never
Get the
quit
lich.
chance to destroy a lich.
He's relishing the idea of taking out a lich, isn't he? He really is. This could cause him to become a little bit unstable and... well, he's always been untrustworthy, so we won't say even more untrustworthy. Oh, there's a treasure down here. Let's grab that. It's a wardlave. So, for anybody who wants wardlaves, right under the bridge. Right, so we've got a little bit of a ride. Near these structures down here, I think, is where they're being set. Oh, right, there's some here. A little bit closer. So, is that where they're putting the anima, or is that some lich power? I'm not quite sure. It's not the right colour for anima, that's usually red.
Will of the Arch-Lich.
Yes, well, when you go into a battle screaming for the will of the Arch-Lich, you definitely know you've got the right enemy. And these guys are a little bit easier to kill than the ones we were just fighting in the last place. So, Maldraxi defectors. So we know that they don't actually represent Draka and the current Maldraxi power structure. They're the guys that were fighting against them earlier when we were doing the campaign. And there's a load of Venthyr with them as well. Right, so we've got to fill the bar quest so we can attack anybody in this camp for that one. And then we need to find the 3 named giant dredgers, so I guess they're the big, tall amalgamation dredgers that we're going to have to fight. So they could be quite tough. And then after that, I imagine we'll have to go after the lich, which is where we'll have to keep an eye on Kael'thas to make sure he sticks with us. He'll definitely stick with us until we take out the lich, as he wants his vengeance on any and all liches.
Execute the will of the Arch-Lich.
And the bar's filling up quite quickly,
The
actually.
Arch-Lich will never fall.
So we thought, what's 5 mobs? This will be 6, and we're already at 28%, so that's quite quick. Kael'thas is floating in midair, look at that.
The Arch-Lich will never.
There's some positional glitches going on in this area. Come back down. Yeah, that is back down now. And once we've fought this one, I must remember to click the crystal as well, because they count towards the film bar as well.
Cannot comprehend
There we go, click it.
his power.
There we go. 3% for the crystal, I think. Yes, we want to head a little bit further in for the named people. Up the hill, I think. What's this? Necrotic staff. Oh, it gives me an action button. Well, let's try it. Oh, so it's like an AoE thing, and it just basically clapped them to death very quickly, like a big hand came up and clapped onto them and squished them. Oh, right, that's not one of the named people, that's a rare spawn. It's got quite a lot of health, though, so just so you can see where it is on the map. Definitely not for our quest. Because it's got a lot of health, I imagine it's meant for more than one person, so we'll see if we can avoid that. Oh no, Mamita missed them. Right, so that big crystal there isn't from... Oh, there he is. Look, there's the big dredger, guys. Yes, they are what we were expecting them to be.
Of the Arch-Lich.
Now, we ran away from one in the last area because we thought it would kill us, so this could be a very interesting fight. Right, let's go for it. Let's see what happens. Use all our cooldowns, I think. Yeah, so his health's going down quite slowly, and he's got quite a lot of health. Ooh, don't stand in the green thing. Oh, not in the green thing. Okay, they're not a simple fight, but not as hard as I was expecting it to be either. We did manage that okay. So as long as we can make sure we don't get a lot of ads, I think we'll be okay. So slowly work our way around to the next one then. So I think up that way, right in front of us. And our filter bar is now at 74%. Yeah, so I think maybe up here somewhere for the next one.
Our master
Fight the defector from Maldraxxus again. Alright, so this is on multiple different levels, and it's just a matter of finding the right place and the right route through to be able to reach them. So we take out this patrol, and then it looks like the rest of the area is fairly clear for taking out the second dragon. Oh, we can mine those guys. Right, so Stacker is the next one. Are we ready? Let's go for it. Oh, my umbrella guy came. Cool. It's nice to have them pop up at the beginning of the fight. You always want your buffs early. Oh, that one, the green bit. Yeah, so as long as you dodge the areas, I think you're okay on this fight. There we go. That one seemed to go a lot quicker and easier than the first one. Right, so I think if we follow the path around, this should bring us to the third one, which will be Big Shiny.
We will execute the will of the Archlich. The Archlich will never... Oh.
We'll clear the path as we go.
The Archlich will never...
And what would you...
Right, that's Death's End Destruction completed. Traitors and cowards, I have time for neither.
I will contemplate my transgressions.
Yes, well, I don't like the idea of traitors either, but I can kind of understand cowardice sometimes, especially if you've not got the tools for fighting whatever's going on. But then at the end of the day, if something's worth fighting for, you have to fight for it. Yeah, so as long as we keep following this path, I think we get to Big Shiny. So maybe near that bit of ruin over there. Yep, there he is. Hey, Big Shiny. Why are you working with the bad guys? It's not nice to work with the bad guys. No, Shiny, you don't want to smash yours with the good guys. Oh, mind the big AoEs. And down he goes.
To target something.
If you have something to say, then say it.
The bigger they are, the bigger the explosion at the end. Ha ha! Okay. So, where's the Lich? Lady Wixera, can you feel it? The chill in your bones. The energy. Power. She's here. The Lich. Take me to her. I must speak with her. In my own way. Kill Lady Wixera, a lich from Maldraxxus. Overseeing the theft of anima from Revendreth. Well, the prince will want her stopped, and Kael'thas would like to get some sort of closure on his lich thing. So,
remember the Sunwell.
I think we'll help him take her out. Right, so where is she? So she's back up. Is she up on that higher level? Just up there, perhaps? Yes, it looks like it, looking at the little marker. I think we might have to run round. No, can we go? No, I don't think we can run up here, can we? No, we'll have to run round on the path, I think, and get to that higher level section. Oh, I think she might be even higher up than that, actually. Oh yeah, she's much higher up than I thought she was originally. Oh, she's up here. There you go, Kael'thas, we've found you a lich. Take out your frustrations on her. Come on, ladies, let's fight.
So you fools have discovered us at last.
Yeah, Kael'thas definitely waits for you to start the encounter. I mean, she's so big I can't even get her on my screen. And in the middle of the fight I'm not going to attempt to adjust things. Yep, she's got a ton of health as well. Though freezing her probably isn't going to help because she's a lich, she's using spells, so although that looked really impressive, it didn't do too much damage to her, so that's interesting.
Why are you sending anima to Maldraxxus? Who do you serve? Answer me!
You cannot stop my master. He is allied with the Banished One himself.
Who? Who is your master?
I serve the mighty Kael'thas, and he will conquer all of...
Oh no, not Kael'thas.
Defiler of the sun. Return. At last, I will claim justice for Silvermoon.
He's definitely not going to get let go of the revenge thing now he's heard that. It was unlikely that she'd tell us anything useful, but I had to try. Enough vengeance for one day. After the Sunwell's destruction and the near extermination of my people, I vowed to claim vengeance upon Arthas and Kael'thas. But I needed power to see that happen, and to seize that power Kael'thas grows quiet. I am ready to return to Sinful. I must recover my strength for what lies ahead. As the accuser is so fond of reminding me, I have much to ponder. Let us inform our allies of the enemy we have revealed. Deliver Kael'thas to Sinful and report to Prince Renathal. And we'll get the vestments, the chest piece of the Order Hall set, and a token of renown. And she respawns super fast. Right, so let's make sure we pick up the quest.
Humble, but never meek.
So yes, there's the chest piece for the Order Hall set. And the Emblem of Renown. So we need to go back to Sinful now.
Make no mistake, I will have my vengeance. But I suppose I can afford a measure of patience. Be sure to inform the accuser of my selflessness.
His selflessness. Now he knows he's got a shot at Kael'thas. Now he's concerned and hopeful that he'll actually get his vengeance. So rather than run out, I think we'll half to Oribos and then fly back to Sinful. and we're heading in for the landing here in Sinful now. So I cut out all the travelling for you, because it's already quite a long video. And we're just going to be turning in here to the Prince. And I imagine that this is the end of chapter 7.
Allow me to take Kael'thas off your hands.
Oh, please do.
Darkest greetings, Walker.
Hello, Prince. Enough vengeance for one day. Maldraxxus is sworn to defend Revendreth from outside invaders, not siphon off our anima. Accept this gift for your role in bringing this conspiracy to light, Enheduanna. We will need time to calculate our next move, but I am certain that you will be a key part of it. Yes, so that's the end of chapter 7, I think. So we get our Emblem of Renown and our chess piece for our Covenant Order Hall set, and the Accuser now has charge of Kael'thas again, so we can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief, though we know we now have to take out Kael'thas.
So it is true. The
Time
Tithe Lord is
no
working with
ordinary enemy.
Maldraxxus.
We will need a great
We
deal
must
of
plan
strength
our next
to
move carefully. No more surprises.
I shall extract more information from the souls we recovered from the Master's lair.
And I shall reach out to my most trusted contacts in Maldraxxus.
Come, Kael'thas. You served well today, but nothing has been atoned for.
You speak of atonement. It is the Lich Kael'thas who will atone for his crimes. I will burn his icy bones to ash.
Focus on yourself. Your hatred will only hinder you.
So, hope you've all enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!